Well, good day to all of our awesome JubiRev JubiMax family members. I've decided to not only cut a video, but to also do an audio. Don't know why, but for the last couple of videos that we sent out via YouTube, some people were reporting that it was showing up as private, even though in my YouTube channel it was showing up as public. And so some people were showing private, and I was still able to see it publicly. So I'm not sure why that is. So in the event that you can't see the video, then you can hear the audio. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Now this week is moving forward week. This week is making sure you're starting to understand some of the new compensation enhancements. And of course, I know we've got folks that are now coming to the realization, and it's a tough realization to come to, coming to the realization that revenue sharing, as we have come to love and know her, has to have some major modifications if it's going to be in the marketplace at all. Any companies that have revenue sharing that don't start to implement some of the things you're seeing Rev JubiMax implement will probably come under some type of regulatory attack at some point if they make it long enough to be there. So now, what we're going to do tonight, you heard last night a little bit about some of the compensation enhancements that are in programming right now. I want to really delve into those, make sure you understand how you become a Max Team Advisor, how you start to generate those $1,000 bonuses again and again, and then how that associates with the daily leadership bonus. Okay, so people understand as we mentioned last week, that the daily leadership bonus wasn't going anywhere. I don't know if the name will change or not, but we did mention that the character of it was going to be changing. And so I want to make sure you understand the character of the DLB as your new enhancements take effect, what that means for you. I want to make sure you understand what that means in terms of getting those $1,000 bonuses again and again and again, getting those $10,000 bonuses again and again and again, and then help you understand revenue sharing. Obviously, we've seen the daily rewards go down, which, again, I told you, if you came to our webinars, I told you, expect the DLB as we go through this transition phase, that it's going to go down, as I would imagine. Why? Well, because it's all based on revenue. It's all based on revenue. So if you've got folks that are kind of in a standstill, I'm not sure what to do. I want to see the new compensation plan. I want to understand the new compensation plan. So I'm not going to go and get my brother and join the business. I'm not going to have, I may slow down or maybe even stop altogether for the time being some of my internet promotions until I better understand. That's understandable, but then that goes to revenue. And so we just need to understand. We need to be mature businessmen and businesswomen and understand that. So I want to make sure that you understand revenue sharing, how that works in terms of if revenues stay the same, but you still have increasing points, within the reward per point is going to be lower. If revenue comes down, which is what we anticipated would happen and what we shared with our audience last week, but you still have points and those points are still growing, then rewards per point go down. And this is one of the reasons why it's important that the company now makes this very bold move, okay? Because I'll share with you when we come to the webinar tonight. Now, with previous companies that had revenue sharing, I didn't know the numbers behind the veil. I didn't know what was going on, okay? I only knew what you knew when you went to your system and you saw, okay, you've got this amount of points or credits or units or whatever the company called it. This is what you earned for the day. That's all I knew. And now I know a lot more with JubiRev JubiMax, and that's really opened my eyes to some of the challenges that happen in the revenue sharing world. Now, having said that, is revenue sharing going away in the JubiRev JubiMax system? Say it with me, no. Say it with me, no. Say it with me, no. Will the character of it change? Say it with me, yes. With that, with these new enhancements, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you, once we have gone to the memorial service of revenue sharing as we have come to understand her, once we've said ashes to ashes, dust to dust to revenue sharing as we've understood it up to this point, as we've wanted it up to this point, what we want, ladies and gentlemen, I wish I could, if I felt like what we wanted, was could happen long term from a regulatory standpoint, I'd be looking for that opportunity. Heard it with my own ears. Heard it with my own ears. So in any event, okay. So now we move forward. Now we move forward. The compensation plan that will be put in place is going to be huge. It's going to be huge. It's going to be absolutely huge. Those bonuses. See, when even Joe Average, Daddy's on the webinar, pretty girl, or Daddy's doing a video. I'll be out there in a few moments. Okay. When a person can say, and whether they are a beginner or newbie, whether they are Joe Star or Joe Superstar, when a person can say, okay, I want to generate X amount of money from my business this month or this week, all right, and they can clearly point to what needs to happen for me to generate X amount of money. If it's $1,000 for a month, what do I need to do to generate $1,000 a month? All right, it's going to be extremely simple. What we need to do. Now we need to get that work done and get that $1,000 a month. I need to generate $1,000 a week. What do me and my team need to do to generate $1,000 a week? All right, that's going to be very, very cut and dry, very simple. $1,000 every 3 days. What do I need to do to generate $1,000 every 3 days? And then, as you're pursuing these $1,000 bonuses, that can happen again and again and again. After you've had about 16 of those, maybe 17 of those, bam, you get a $10,000 bonus because you would have had enough volume in that part of your organization to have hit $10,000. Now, tonight, I'm going to begin to explain what I mean when I say in a certain part of your business. Tonight, I'm going to begin to explain what I mean when I say in a certain part of your business so that you can quickly get to this Max Team Advisor position, and then from Max Team Advisor, really start knocking out these $1,000 bonuses. Whether you knock out one and it takes you 2 months to knock out one, hey, that's be an average of $500 a month. E-cash, okay? Whether you knock out one in a month, that's $1,000. Boom, e-cash. Whether you knock out one in a week, that's $1,000. Boom, e-cash. Okay, so we will start to put the meat on the bones. Make sure you're on our team webinar tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern. We love each and every one of you. Let's change the world together, starting with yours. And remember, JubiRev, JubiMax, not just a company, it's a movement.